Welcome back to the Theater of Truth. Welcome back to Anything You Want. You are here because you understand that the brightest lights often cast the darkest shadows. You have joined us because you refuse to accept the sanitized versions of reality served by the mainstream press. You demand the raw, unvarnished complexity of the human condition. Today, we are standing on the precipice of what might be the most significant celebrity crisis of the decade. We are looking at a king in potential exile, a queen rising in defense, and a legal storm that threatens to engulf one of Turkey's most recognizable names. Before we descend into this labyrinth of allegations and silence, please, secure your place in our community. Press the subscribe button, ignite the like button to signal to the algorithm that we are watching, and if you truly want to support fearless, independent journalism, our join button is your key to the inner circle. Your support allows us to ask the questions that others are too afraid to whisper. Today, we discuss Yaman and the warrant that could change everything. Let us begin. The ecosystem of celebrity news is accustomed to tremors, but rarely does it experience an earthquake of this magnitude. The name of Yaman, a figure who has transcended borders to become a global icon, is once again at the epicenter of a media firestorm. However, this time, the headlines are not about a new series, a romantic escapade, or a fan meeting in Rome. The claim, initially circulating in the hushed whispers of the elite circles and now spreading like wildfire across the digital landscape, is singular and devastating. He will be detained the moment he steps foot on Turkish soil. These allegations, though not yet confirmed by an official judicial decree, have sent a shockwave through the industry, leaving fans paralyzed with concern and the celebrity community in a state of suspended disbelief. To understand the gravity of the present, we must look at the recent past. The catalyst for this crisis was a high-profile security operation allegedly conducted at a luxury hotel in Bebek, Istanbul, a district synonymous with wealth and exclusivity. This operation, which targeted grave violations of the law, reportedly cast a wide net, and it is within this net that Yaman's name was allegedly caught. According to persistent accusations echoing through the corridors of power, the famous actor was briefly taken into custody as part of the inquiry. It is whispered that he provided a statement to the authorities and underwent a series of rigorous, mandatory forensic examinations and medical screenings to determine his involvement. Following these procedures, reports suggest he was released without judicial supervision or a travel ban, a move that allowed him to return to his current residence in Italy. However, the narrative took a darker turn after his departure. The bombshell that has the industry holding its breath concerns the results of those detailed forensic inquiries. Rumors circulating behind the scenes, from the makeup trailers to the executive boardrooms, claim that based on new evidence, a formal warrant has been issued. The legal complication lies in his location. Because the actor is currently beyond national borders, the warrant remains in stasis, a dormant threat waiting to be activated. The implication is terrifyingly simple. Yaman is a free man in Italy, but a wanted man in Turkey. As the shock of the news began to subside, it was replaced by a wave of skepticism and defensive fury. A significant faction within the celebrity community has rallied around the theory of a celebrity setup. Industry representatives and fellow actors have begun to voice a counter-narrative, suggesting that Yaman is being targeted not for a crime, but for his visibility. The argument is that high-profile figures are often used as scapegoats in broader operations to generate publicity. No one's career should be assassinated in this manner without irrefutable proof, one prominent voice declared. Social media has become a battleground, with supporters sharing messages of solidarity, urging the public to exercise common sense and to wait for the fog of war to lift before passing judgment. I have to pause here and ask you, the critical thinkers of Anything You Want, do you believe that fame makes you a target for legal conspiracies? Is it possible that Yaman is being used as an example, or do you believe where there is smoke, there is fire? I want to read your theories in the comments below. And remember, if you appreciate this level of deep dive analysis, clicking the join button is the best way to keep our channel independent and strong. Amidst this cacophony of rumors, the most powerful voice to emerge was not a lawyer or a manager, but a former partner. Demet Özdemir, whose past with Yaman is well documented, stepped into the fray with a statement that will likely be studied for years to come. Her words were not merely supportive, they were a masterclass in integrity and balance. Addressing the dark clouds gathering over her former co-star, she said, "You cannot play with someone's career or life like that. If there is a setup, those who orchestrated it must be punished so that another of our friends doesn't fall into the same trap." But then, she pivoted, demonstrating a profound respect for the rule of law. "Let me say this clearly," she continued, "if Yaman is truly guilty, he will have to face the consequences. Being abroad is not an escape route for him. I've known Can for years, he has his flaws and his virtues, but he never runs from justice. He will do whatever is necessary." This statement struck a chord that resonated globally. It was not a blind defense, it was a principled stand. By acknowledging the possibility of guilt while demanding due process, Özdemir elevated the conversation from gossip to a discussion on ethics. Her assertion that he never runs from justice provided a crucial psychological anchor for his fans, reframing his stay in Italy not as an escape, but as a temporary distance. The ripples of this crisis have reached far beyond the public sphere, touching the intimate heart of the Yaman family. Demet Özdemir's measured support reportedly had a profound impact on Can's mother, Gülden Yaman. Leaked information from their inner circle suggests that Mrs. Yaman has been living through a nightmare of maternal anxiety. The solidarity shown to her son, especially from a figure as significant as Demet, brought her to tears. It is said that she found great comfort in the realization that her son was not alone in this storm. Behind the scenes, the bond between mother and son has reportedly strengthened, with frequent video calls serving as a lifeline. She is said to constantly encourage him, telling him, "No matter what happens, do not stray from the path you believe is right." Her greatest fear is not the legal consequence, but the tarnishing of the name she raised. We are navigating through heavy waters today, and if you are valuing the respect and detail we bring to this story, please take a second to like this video. It helps anything you want reach more people who care about the truth. And for those who want to help us keep the lights on and the investigations running, our super thanks feature is always available. And where is the man at the center of the hurricane? Yaman remains shrouded in a profound silence. This lack of an official statement has divided the gossip world into two camps. One group views this as a brilliant legal strategy, a disciplined adherence to the advice of his lawyers who believe that every word spoken could be misinterpreted. In a legal climate this volatile, silence is often the only shield. The other group, however, interprets this silence as ominous, the heavy, suffocating calm before a destructive storm. Sources close to the actor claim he is handling the process with extreme caution, walking a tightrope where one slip could be fatal to his career. From the outside, life in Italy appears deceptively normal. Reports suggest Yaman is continuing his daily routine, rigorous exercise, high-level meetings, and social gatherings with close friends. The Italian press, interestingly, has adopted a detached tone, treating the allegations in Turkey with skepticism. Yet, the facade of normalcy is reportedly thin. It is claimed that in private moments, Yaman has confided to friends, "I can't say that this process hasn't exhausted me." The psychological toll of being a celebrated icon in one country and a wanted suspect in another is a burden few can imagine. The Turkish entertainment world is currently a house divided. While some have spoken out, a vast number of celebrities have chosen the safety of silence. It is alleged that many are avoiding public comment for fear of being associated with such a grave legal matter. However, backchannels are buzzing. Private messages of support are reportedly flooding Yaman's phone. The prevailing sentiment is a mix of fear and empathy. Today it is Yaman, tomorrow it could be any of us. The realization that a career built over decades can be threatened by a single operation has created a grim solidarity. The ultimate question remains unanswered, hanging over the industry like a sword of Damocles. Will Yaman return to Turkey? The speculation is rampant. Some sources claim he has drawn a line, stating, "I won't go until the conditions are clear." Others argue that his faith in the justice system will compel him to return and clear his name at the appropriate time. What we are witnessing is more than a celebrity scandal. It is a test of the Turkish justice system, a test of media ethics, and a test of loyalty. Demet Özdemir's words, "If he is guilty, he will come to serve his sentence," have set the stage. They have framed this not as a tragedy, but as a trial of character. Whether this is a setup designed to destroy a star, or a legitimate legal inquiry that has ensnared an icon, the truth will eventually surface. Until then, the industry waits with bated breath, watching the flights from Rome to Istanbul, waiting for the return of the king. And that, my friends, is the state of the storm. We have walked through the shadows of the Bebek operation, heard the courageous defense of a former love, and felt the silent anxiety of a mother. Now, the verdict belongs to you. Do you believe Yaman should return immediately to face these allegations, or is he right to wait in Italy until the legal fog clears? And what do you make of the setup theory? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to Anything You Want and ring that bell. We are your fortress of truth in a world of uncertainty. Join the family if you can, and until next time, keep your eyes open and your judgment sharp. Goodbye.